Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing 7 really beautiful spring fragrances with you. But when I describe myself, I would describe myself with my signature fragrance being Burberry Classic for Women.
I have 2 bottles.
I'm going to say maybe about 16 years ago, I fell in love with this fragrance. My homegirl at the time, from a guy, hot. And what that means is he got it from somewhere, honey. We don't know if he stole it. We don't know if he took it from his mama, his wife, his girlfriend, if he shoplifted it. Whatever he did, he was selling it on the street. And she was like, oh yeah, I like that. Let me see that. So she actually bought this fragrance 16 years ago, hot, from a guy on the street, and for $20, okay? Ever since that day, I smelled that perfume and I absolutely fell in love with it. And so years passed, because I wasn't into perfumes at that time. Years passed, and this would be the perfume that I would make my signature scent. All because this guy walked up to us talking about, do y'all want to buy some perfumes, on the street for $20, and she purchased this one. I was in love. I was sold for life. That was it. This was going to be my signature years later when I got into perfumes. Because you know, when you're younger, you're into like body sprays and stuff like that. I wasn't really educated about perfumes, even though my mother did have a nice Avon perfume collection. Shout out to Avon. Okay? Leave me a thumbs up or a comment in the comment section below if you remember Avon, and if your mom had a whole bunch of Avon fragrances on her dresser, because mine's did. But like I said, I didn't get into perfumes until my older age, which is around this time. I started my perfume collection about 2 years ago in 2019, and I'm not doing too bad with my collection. Of course, there are some things that I want. I will do a video. Matter of fact, I'm going to link the video in the description box below with the my fragrances that are on my wish list. Okay? So
Here's a summary from Amazon.com. Burberry Women's Classic Eau de Parfum. A fruity fragrance with top notes of blackcurrant and fresh green apple. Combined with hard notes of cedarwood, jasmine, moss, and sandalwood, the fragrance has a rich and sensual tone. And more.
You know what? I do get apple. Wow, after all these years, I never smelled apple in here, but green apple, I smell green apple in here.
Musk, vanilla, and sandalwood is what won me over for this Burberry Classic for Women.
To my 7 spring fragrances.
That we're going to talk about is Sunday Afternoon by Nostalgia.
It's kind of cool getting into perfumes because you get to do a lot of research to figure out what you like and what you don't like. And if I hadn't have blind bought or blind purchased these fragrances, I would not have them, okay? Because I thought I knew what I liked and I was going to stick with that. But being in this fragrance game, you might get surprised. So,
according to NostalgiaBeauty.com, Sunday Afternoon. Notes: grapefruit, orange blossom, cedar.
Okay. So, something that's in common with something that I like is the cedar. I do smell the cedar. I do get the citrusy from the grapefruit. And yeah, it is everything. It's like fresh out of the shower. You spray this in your hair and that's it. It's like a shampoo that has gone right, you know, fresh out of the shower, spring. You just spray this in your hair. Your body is like glistening, like with oil on your body, like you moisturize your body with oil instead of lotion, so it has like that shine. Maybe you're wearing like a tube top and some shorts with flip-flops and you're free, you know what I'm saying? That is what I get from this.
The second one that it came with is, it's called Day Trip. Okay, now
this one is like a light purple bottle. I know you can't see it, but it is like a light purple bottle, and it's called Day Trip by Nostalgia. This one has like a powdery, it's spring, but it has like a baby powder undertone. Okay, it has like that baby powder undertone, but like it says grown woman perfume scent.
According to nostalgiabeauty.com, notes: citrus, sage, sandalwood. Spring evening. Okay, so this one would be wore later in the evening because it has that sandalwood in it that's bringing it home, that makes it feel like sexy, that makes it smell like sexy.
3. Fragrance number 3 is going to be by Versace. And this is Versace Yellow Diamond. Okay, now my daughter and I were having a conversation about this, and I said this was my most regretted purchase. This is my worst regretted purchase. I think because of the sillage on this. Sillage on this for me is not well. Okay, now I originally tried this particular fragrance at Dollar Tree. It was the Dollar Tree brand. I fell in love with the Dollar Tree brand, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy the real one. That's how I started my fragrance collection, in case you guys want to know. I started off with all low-end knockoff replica type, not replica, but I guess it would be replica. Basically not the original fragrance. I started off with the like fragrance, okay, because I wanted to introduce myself to this fragrance world, so I like to tiptoe into things. I purchased a whole bunch of fragrances from Dollar Tree, and this was one of the ones that I continued to repurchase, and I said I am going to get the real one. Dollar Tree one smelled so good. Of course, the sillage on those, you're not going to get a long lasting power with those. However, you get to see around what the scent is like. Loved it, fell in love with it, repurchased it several times, and then I finally got the real bottle. Got this real bottle, and the top just sits on here. It doesn't click. I don't like that because I dropped this top. This top has dropped several times. In addition to that, the sillage on here is not good. Lasting power is not good on this one, and it happened to be sweet. Now I pulled it out. I've had it for like a year. Pulled it out today, and my daughter was like, "Oh, I'm really surprised by that." So she, kind of got me opening my mind about this particular fragrance. So I smelled the fragrance, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. Would I repurchase it? No, because of the price point on this one.
In the comment section below, does your top do this, or is it just mine? Because, I ordered this on group.
This fragrance definitely smells like spring. It's very, very soft. It has a hint of grown woman in it. Something that's not childish. It's not overly sweet. This is a fragrance that if you're not trying to do too much, this is what I would do. I would do this daytime, not trying to do too much. I wouldn't expect to get any compliments. I would just smell myself and know that I smell good. That's what I get from this fragrance.
According to Sephora, an authentic jewel of rare beauty is unveiled in Yellow Diamond, a fresh and vivid floral perfume by Versace. Like a burst of light, the fragrance gleams and glistens as it opens with notes of bright citron, a fresh pear sorbet, sparkling bergamot, and an accent of neroli.
This is Crushed by Rihanna, okay? So very beautiful. I like this fragrance. I am in love with all of Rihanna's fragrances. It's my goal to collect every single one of them. Not because I'm a diehard Rihanna fan, but I am a diehard Rihanna's fragrance fan. Her bottles are everything. I like the gold. I like the black she has incorporated in. I just love it.
So, I will make it my goal to purchase the large size of this one because I just like it like that. As you can see, I have had it for about a year. I just didn't want to wear it all out because it's a small bottle. How many ounces is this? I don't know. I think maybe this is the 1 ounce. And it's just so cute. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't wear it all out. Anyway, let me take you on a tour of the bottle. You have like the extra glass at the bottom to make it sit up. You have the little fluid inside. Then the top is like plasticky. It actually claps on. I like that. It's a gold plasticky, it looks expensive top with a ball, and the fragrance is like the perfect smell of spring. Okay, when you think of spring, when I think of spring in particular, I think of a hint of sweet, fresh, a little fruity, definitely citrusy. I think of no worries, be happy. I think of water. I get all of that with this. This is like spring in a bottle. This is like spring in a bottle. And I don't know what notes are attracting me to this, so let's go ahead and look it up.
According to Fragrantica, Crush by Rihanna is an amber floral fragrance for women. Crush was launched in 2016. The nose behind this fragrance is Natasha Coat. Top notes are bergamot, mandarin orange, and pink pepper.
Okay.
Middle notes are lang lang, red berries, and pink rose.
Okay.
Base notes are musk, patchouli, and cedar.
Okay. One of my latest purchases, and it is You Are by Usher. Guys, okay, let's just start off with the bottle. It's like a net, okay, so this is a magnetic top. Okay, let's just start off with that. It's a magnetic top with all types of detail on the top. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Is it anything special? It's like bling on the top. Okay, then you have like this chain, and it's like that on both sides. The bottle is like, it's like a man's shoulders, like a broad shoulders with a chain, and I like that. And then You Are, I don't really get why he called it You Are, Usher Raymond. Okay, I get it. It's just really, it's really nice. A really nice bottle. I love it. Now, you guys, I know I said that the Rihanna Crush was spring in a bottle, but this is another version of spring in the bottle. I would recommend these two perfumes. Like, for spring, if you're gonna have a perfume, if you like to purchase a perfume every season, I would definitely recommend these two perfumes. These are spring in a bottle. This is everything. This is everything. The description doesn't, this smells like the perfect version of spring, like musk. The notes don't do it justice. Okay, like, this is spring in a bottle. Spring in a bottle. Let's just move on. Like, out of my whole entire spring collection, Crush by Rihanna and You Are by Usher, top two thus far. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This one right here is a very beautiful. It is the shape of a woman's body. I probably will never do away with this particular bottle. Now, as you can see, this doesn't have a top because it doesn't come with a top. This fragrance was purchased at Five Below. That's right, Five Below. They have some really cute bottles there. So if you're trying to get, you know, your little fragrance tray with some cute extravagant bottles, this is I have a bad habit of spraying the perfume and then rubbing it, but they say that you're not supposed to do that, so I'm going to stop that. But this right here, This is good. Okay, so I paid $5 for this one. It is an imitation of this one right here. Can you guys even get that? There we go. Okay, imitation of Kim Body. Okay, Kim Body costs $96.94 on Amazon. Now, this perfume smells really, really, really good. It is definitely spring. It's sweet and creamy and springy. So, sweet, creamy, yeah, it's all of that. It's that. Now, I would not say that this is the perfect version of spring. Okay, I would not classify this as the perfect version of spring, but it is a nice spring fragrance. Only reason why I wouldn't classify it is that the sillage on this one is not, it doesn't last that long, and it could be because it is the $5 version. So I would expect the real version to last longer. It has a creaminess to it. Now, the creaminess is what takes it away from being the perfect spring fragrance to me. So it was called, what notes are in Kim Body?
Here's a summary from Fragrantica. Top notes, middle notes, and base notes.
Peach, green mandarin, bergamot, pink pepper. I don't really smell the pink pepper in it. I don't get the pink pepper. I'm not really getting a peach. This is how she looks. Gorgeous bottle. Okay, gorgeous bottle. Okay, let's start with the bottle. Clear, chic bottle. I could see this on my stand. It has the name brand at the bottom. It has the name of the actual perfume right here. It's nice, chic, clean cut bottle. I really, really like that. The top has a lot of weight on it. This top is not going to come off no matter what you do. You have to pull this off. It is heavy. I'm going to say the top weighs about 2 pounds, maybe 3 by itself. It is a heavy top. I like the chic, clean cut. I like the clean cutness of this, although we do like extravagance as well. Okay, I would consider this a little bit more extravagant. This is chic. We do like that, but we can appreciate when something is clean cut. But this one, okay. This has some similar notes to the Dolce & Gabbana light blue. If that citrusy smell, think that. Grapefruit, citrus. Think that. This is spring in a bottle. This is another version of spring in a bottle, but with a high dose of citrus, grapefruit citrus. When I initially sprayed this, I was not thrilled by this particular perfume, because the reason why I wasn't thrilled by this particular perfume, because it smells like a body spray. The amount of grapefruit citrus that is in, see, there I go again. The amount of grapefruit and citrus that's in it, it makes it a little less mature and more fruity and citrusy, and it doesn't have like that perfume background, like that alcohol perfume background that we kind of expect to have. Also, like, I like the thickness that the Burberry has, and this is a bit more watery. I just look at stuff like that. But it is a really good it is a really good spring fragrance. I would definitely say that it's a good spring fragrance. If you like body sprays, you're probably really gonna like that, because I don't get like perfume from it, but I do get body spray from it. I feel like this would be something that it would be okay for you to gift to a young lady. Okay, now see the dry down. I've had this. I have not worn this out. I have not worn this out yet. The dry down is everything, guys. Once it dries down, you get that more mature. I get a more mature, grown woman scent in the dry down. Okay,
she is in her 20s. She's in her 20s. She's just coming off of the body spray era in her life. She's venturing on to the perfumes. She wants to go high-end fashion type perfume. It's springtime. She's a working girl. She has things to do, and she wants a safe fragrance. I like it. I like the dry down on this one. Sillage on this one. Not gonna get that. You're not gonna get the sillage on this one. Not gonna get that. You're not gonna get the. You're gonna have to spray this. Spray yourself down in this, and then come back maybe 3 or 4 hours later and spray yourself down again, because you're not going to last for all day with this. Again, because you're not going to last for all day with this. It's good. Would I say spring in a bottle? Would not say spring in a bottle, but this would be number 2. This would be number 2. So the fragrances that I highly suggest that you run and get or order online that are not going to cost you a whole.
Number 2. This would be number 2. So the fragrances that I highly suggest that you run and get or order online that are not going to cost you a whole bunch of money are these 2. Number 1 is going to be Crush by Rihanna. Number 2 is going to be You Are by Usher Raymond. I highly suggest these 2 fragrances. As far as number 2, my second choices for the fragrances is going to be the Nostalgia collection, specifically Sunday Afternoon as well as Day Trip. These are not at a very high price point. And along with that, number 2, if you want to go designer, I would suggest the L Importance. Okay, that would be number 2. And number 3 would be Versace. If you're just obsessed with the bottle and you love the bottle, you can get away with wearing this without trying to really turn heads or impress anybody. You can, I mean, you know what you're getting yourself into when you do pick that up. And as far as the Kim body, I would say that Kim body is number 3. I would prefer this over the Versace. So I would say the Versace is my least favorite spring fragrance, but it is my spring fragrance. So guys,